Hey there, welcome to or welcome back to No Pants Profits. My name is Richard and this is
Scott, Controversial Cruising.
And today we're going on an excursion on a sea day. I know that seems really weird. Scott, have you ever gone on an excursion on a sea day before?
No, I haven't.
They always joke that, if you're bad and you misbehave, they're going to put you in lifeboat number 4 and throw you off the ship on a sea day.
Is that what we're doing?
This is a plug for the Behind the Fun tour, which is also done on a sea day.
Okay, you're not wrong, Bill. But this is the only third-party tour that's done on a sea day. Let's go down this way a little bit. We'll stop in this landing. But this is done in Tracy Arm Fjord, and you see either the Sawyer or another glacier, the Sawyer or another glacier, Endicott Arm or the Sawyer Glacier. You'll see kind of depending on traffic. More ice than traffic. So we're going to jump on board a boat off the side of the boat. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. Good God. 7:02 a.m. Scott, have you ever seen me awake at this hour before?
Oh, shit.
Scott, have you ever seen me awake at this hour before?
I have not.
Unless I've stayed up until this hour or we're leaving the boat for the day. But we are going to head off the boat onto a smaller boat for a 4-hour excursion right up to the glacier. Now, historically speaking, the cruise ship gets about 500 yards from the big ship. It's about 500 yards from the glacier closest, and the little one gets about 100 yards from the glacier. So we're getting about 5 times closer than the rest of the ship. You got to do the train in Alaska, but this is number 2 after the train. So we brought June, we brought Bill along with us. We're in a narrow hallway now. When we get on the boat, we're going to have some Glacierita. We're going to hopefully see some calving, some seals, some different things like that. You excited, Scott?
I am so excited.
All right. Let us. Head. Let us.
I thought you were salad intolerant.
I am salad intolerant.
Oh, okay.
Let us head off a perfectly good boat.
Lettuce head.
Lettuce head. I mean, I guess.
Salad intolerant.
This is about a $250 excursion per person in 2024. I just want to put it in perspective.
Oh, yeah.
So it's about the price of the train ride.
Sure.
And Skagway overall. And I put this as my number 2 tour to do after the Skagway tour in Alaska. So we'll see you off the side of the boat. All right, we're going to give our tickets. That's for me and the gentleman behind me. And we're going to be heading off the boat. Now we're clicking out, but I don't think we're going to have to go through security on the way back. And why that is because we're literally going to a boat out in the middle of the fjord. Oh, I'll grab. You got us. All right, thank you. All right. We shall. All right, Scott. Hoopa. And this is the boat off the boat that's going into the glacier. You see we have an indoors and an outdoor section, and hopefully has some Glaceritas.
Thank you, guys.
Watch your stuff right.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let us grab
Whoa.
our seat.
Whoa.
All right. Hold on, Scott. All right. This is my spot. Come on, Scott. Front of the boat. You have Glacierita holders.
And you've got air conditioning.
June, grab one seat behind. We'll rotate it.
I am right here.
All right. So we got June. We got Rich. We got Scott now wearing his captain's hat. That's inappropriate.
Okay.
You shall be thrown overboard. So Bill did make a good point in the last video. This is like a bonus tour. What I mean by that is you can choose to do the train in Skagway or not, but there's other things to do in Skagway. Today, you're going to get closer to this glacier.
We'll put the camera around so people see.
Yeah.
If you stay on the ship, you're here the entire time.
No, you're not. It's going to get closer.
Not a whole lot much more.
Not a whole lot much more, but
you don't get it. You don't get to see the glacier.
like I said, yeah. Well, depends, but we'll see. We'll see if we can see the ship when we're at the glacier. We don't know. It should follow us, technically. It should follow us until it can't anymore. Again, I'm not going to put it down until it happens. We'll show them if we can see the ship. I agree. The ship is at least 500 yards out, and we get about 100 yards out.
Depends on what time of year it is.
It does.
Hey, Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Tweedledee, Tweedledum. Hold on. Tweedlejune. Come on, Dum. Tweedledee, Tweedledum.
Make a funny
Where's
face.
Tweedlejune? All right. We'll see you when we get moving. But yeah,
Fucker.
front of the boat. Front of the boat. So now we're doing something that most people don't do on a sea day, which is leave the big boat. We are now starting to jettison to the side. We're moving. They're tying up the line. Hey, Scott, I got a funny question for you. What's the difference between the boat we're on and the boat we just left?
There's no continental breakfast here?
There's no continental. There actually probably is a continental breakfast here. It's all American crew.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Because they have to have the rights to work in the U.S. Because technically, legally speaking, we're in U.S. waters.
We are.
So,
I would work on this boat. That's kind of cool.
Unlike the rest of the cruising world, this boat's all American crew. You can see we're slowly floating away from the Carnival Miracle, which has been repainted. Scott, you can help the internet. When did they start repainting the ships to look like the newer ships?
2018.
2018. They repainted all the older ships. No, I'm saying because they used to just be pure white with the Carnival logo. Now they're this looks like Vista class now.
Oh,
you know what I mean? They
probably 2018.
Vista-sized them, I guess.
Vista-sized them.
It's the right word. No, on Celebrity they call it solsticizing. But what happens is, since we're on the early morning one, the ship should continue slightly closer to the glacier, and we are likely going to meet the ship at about 11:30 to get off. It's currently 7:15. At 11:30, we're going to meet the ship as close as the ship will get to the glacier, so we'll be able to show people the distance.
Cool.
It's going to trail us, then it's going to leave. But like Bill said, this is a time travel tour. Yes, it's money, but you're not missing anything potentially else. The only thing I would say is lunch does look pretty good today. So you would probably want to take the early morning tour and not the afternoon tour.
Oh yeah, good point.
Because lunch looks really good today.
Yeah, because if you do the 10:30, you're going to
miss lunch.
Yeah, you're going to miss lunch.
So
yeah, good point.
That's my only thoughts there. But as we get closer to the glacier, we'll bring you a little more info.
Likely event that we run into any emergency while on the St. John today, we just ask that you listen to all crew member instructions. In the unlikely event that the St. John decides it wants to be St. Submarine, we are equipped with 3 50-man life rafts at the top of the vessel on the back deck there, and we have a smaller one up front. In the unlikely event that those need to be deployed, we're going to ask that you don your personal flotation devices or your life jackets. Those are located underneath your seats and a few compartments throughout the vessel. In the event of emergency, you cannot find one or need a child's life jacket, just let a crew member know and we'll get you one ASAP. In order to put these on, you first unclip the hook from the D-ring and let the rope fall to the ground. You then kick it open and put it over your head. Grab that rope, wrap it around your waist, and re-hook it to the D-ring. Tighten as much as comfortably possible. Strike a pose, and you're ready to go in the latest Coast Guard safety fashion. Thank you, Vince upstairs and Carson downstairs for that. This is a non-smoking vessel, so we ask that you refrain from smoking of any kind while you're aboard. That includes the uses of cigarettes, cigars, e-cigarettes, and vapes. In the event that you are smoking and a crew member sees you, we might accidentally assume you're on fire and put you out accordingly. All crew members on board today have been trained through marine firefighting, so if you do see smoke or fire at any point during our journey, please alert one of us by waving us down or yelling those words, "Fire, fire." We are equipped with fire extinguishers throughout the vessel for those emergencies. We are on the Pacific Ocean today, which means we're subject to motion of the ocean. We're just kind of in a little inlet of it. So we do ask that you keep 3 points of contact with the vessel at all times when possible, meaning 2 feet on the ground and a hand free for the boat to grab onto anything stationary, such as seat backs or railings. You are welcome to move around the vessel at any point during our journey, whether we are stopped or underway. We just ask that you watch your step, keep that hand free for the boat, and refrain from running, jumping, or climbing on anything. In the unlikely event someone has not listened to a single word I have said thus far and decides to fall off the side of the boat, what words do we yell? Man overboard! Man overboard! Yell that as loud as you can, then throw anything that is brightly colored and can float, such as those life jackets, into the water to leave a breadcrumb trail to that individual. Use your hands and eyes to point at them, keeping them in a line of sight so we can let the captain know where to go to get them back on board. Last but most certainly not least, we are equipped with 3 marine heads or restrooms on this vessel. Those are located on this lower deck behind the galley along the back wall, but those are very sensitive systems. So we ask that you only put a little bit what goes through you, including number 1 and number 2, and a little bit of toilet paper in those toilets. Anything else, please put in the provided trash cans. At any point during our journey, if something is wrong with one of those heads, or you really see anything awry around the vessel, please let our crew member know as soon as possible so we can make sure everything is in tip-top shape for you guys. So once again, my name is Hannah. I'm going to be on and off this mic throughout our journey just to point out some of the really awesome things we'll be seeing. Helping us out back in the galley, we have our lovely Carson today for all of your snacking and beveraging needs. Upstairs and around the vessel, you will see our deckhand vents. He's the one making sure the engines keep running and the toilets keep flushing. And most importantly, upstairs in the wheelhouse, we have the wonderful Captain Robert up there today. If you guys have any questions regarding safety or really anything else, do not hesitate to wave me or any of my crew members down. We are happy to answer all of your questions. But for now, I'm going to hop off here, let Carson introduce the galley to you guys. And so sit back, relax, enjoy the first views. Thank you.
Your map. Let me see your map. I want to talk about where we are. All right, so Bill, do you want to kind of explain what we're looking at here?
Right now we're looking at Tracy's Arm. So the actual ship is docked, not really docked, but I don't even know if they're not even allowed to anchor. They're just kind of floating there.
Behind us.
They're just floating down over there. So here's like the zoomed out version of this. You can see Juneau's way up here. And Tracy's Arm is south of Juneau, southeast. And we're kind of just at the base of Tracy's Arm. We're going to be going up the entire arm all the way until you get to about here, which is where the South Sawyer Glacier is. Now there's also, I don't know if there's anything left of this glacier or not. Apple Maps doesn't always show the glaciers correctly. Yeah.
Usually the ship stops, let me point it out. No, go over to the glaciers, Usually the ship stops right there. And you can see that one from really far away. I'm saying, usually it'll stop right on that turn.
It just depends on how many floating
icebergs
pieces are in the water.
And we're already seeing them, and we're just entering the arm. So we will come back with you in a little bit. All right, so as Bill told you, we're still navigating. I think we've got almost an hour. That's going to take us to get to the actual glacier, 45 minutes to an hour, but we have wildness. It's a really good beer. It's actually better than Alaskan Amber from the Alaskan Brewing Company. We did it in Scott's video of Juneau. We went to go see where wildness was made, and June has a Glacierita normal ice.
Did you catch that they're going to start distributing farther and farther east? They're already in Ohio now.
Which oh, this? Yeah.
Alaskan.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah. But wildness, we had some yesterday that was kind of skunked, and we were like, oh, is it sad because it's near there? But I think it was just the lines in the Red Onion. So if you're going to Skagway, you might want to avoid the draft beer at the Red Onion. That's all I'm saying. Oh, it's so much better from the can. So much better from the can. Wildness, it's an Alaskan cold beer. Who would have thought that was a type of beer? Right, Scott? Alaskan cold beer. Who would have thunk it? As we continue our transit, we're starting to see a couple icebergs off the side. You can kind of see, if you look out there, you can see some blue. They're going to bring one of those on a bit later. And we're going to have a round of Glacierita's. But yeah, it is still 7:27 a.m. in the morning. All right, so we are coming around to what they call Big Bend. This is where the fjord really starts, the nature preserve starts. They can't run speakers outside anymore or anything like that. You can see these landscapes are a bit more hillsidey and green, and they're going to become a lot more mountain-sidey, steep after this turn. It's a 90-degree turn. This is where a lot of the cruise ships have to turn around, honestly. I think our ship will be able to make it here today. As you see, the ice field is relatively clear here, but yeah, this is where you kind of see on the right, you've got kind of green, and then you've got more of a cliff straight ahead. Again, 90-degree turn. This is where the start of the Tracy Arm Nature Preserve is. They have to turn off both here and on the cruise ship, if it makes it this far, all the outdoor speakers they have to turn off here. But this is actually interesting because this trip is going into the fjord, and we're going to be doing the same trip going out of the fjord next week on these small boats. So we'll see whether it's better to go in or out, take the morning or the afternoon tour, and we'll let you know. We'll also say that included in your tour, they've got some little tiny donut holes. Don't mind if I do. And then coffee and tea, maybe? Yeah, coffee and tea. But any of the beers and soda stuff are extra there. And they do sell some gifts here. If you don't get some hot sauces or salsa rubs or an Alaskan crab cookbook. These are all charged for snacks as well, but the donuts are included and you have a little sitting area. Yeah, this morning was a little rough. All we had was a continental breakfast, which is basically cold, nasty stuff. But at least I think we're gonna get a good lunch. See if I can put in some of the continental breakfast clip here, if I remember. But either get a bad breakfast and a good lunch, or a good breakfast and no lunch. Or should I say a late lunch? I think we're gonna go outside, see how cool it is outside. Just grab my beer first. Alright, so we just made that 90-degree turn, and any chance of seeing the big cruise ship for a few hours is gone. We are now out in the wildness. I know, it sounds like a damn commercial. But yeah. The cruise ship, I think, will make that turn. Looks relatively ice-free this way. This is the outside deck. But you can kind of see how the landscape has changed from that lush forest landscape, literally right back there, to basically bare cliff sides in like 100 yards, which is quite crazy that you have that much of environmental change. You see we got the ice right there. These are not super packed ice, so I do think the cruise ship will be able to follow us at least to this turn, but we'll have to see how much farther, and I'll let you know. Like, we'll show you on the map where we meet back up with the cruise ship, because they confirmed, I was just talking to the crew, we meet the ship as close as it can get to the glacier. So we'll be meeting the ship as close as the ship get to the glacier and to the wildness. Again, not an ad, well, not a paid ad, it's a free ad, because I like this beer. I do want to say, a lot of people are like, oh, 250 bucks for an excursion, but there's plenty of room here. I'm trying to give you a little perspective. Yeah, there's people out top, but I mean, there's at least 2 seats for every person that's here. Yeah, it packs towards the front. We're actually in the front right here, but yeah, there's at least 2 seats for every person on this boat, even when it's sold out. So it does not feel crammed or anything like that. I think that's kind of the cool factor here. All right, so we took that 90-degree arm, which I showed you, the 90-degree turn.
Big bend.
Big bend.
Big bend.
And now we're kind of floating down here because, again, we can get so close. They know how close we can get because they were there yesterday, but these sea conditions do change every day. You're seeing an iceberg every 50 yards or so now. Once we get up close, the icebergs are going to be packed. They're going to be insanely packed. So Scott has a much more complex camera setup here with the phone and these kinds of things. Everybody always wants to know what my camera is, what my camera does. But oh,
this
look,
camera's cool.
Scott, speak of the camera. Look at that waterfall right there. That's the only, I think that's the only natural waterfall here. Meaning that it's fed year-round. That's not glacial melt or anything like that. It's actually
glacial melt.
Yeah, you weren't listening.
No, I was.
But it looks like a landscape photo. It's really quite a cool photo video.
So that is a waterfall.
Right here.
That's because the glacier carves out these valleys in a more uniform manner. Because it's one giant block of ice pretty much, rather than a single stream of it, it carves it all at once going down. There's a couple more valleys coming up as well that is very similar. I just like this one the best because I feel like it just shows that beautiful view much better than some of the others. So that
It's a mom and a baby.
Sawyer Glacier, which I have not seen for years.
Yeah, they're out ahead of us. This is the North Sawyer Glacier.
Yeah.
So this is the smaller of the two glaciers here in Tracy Arm. A little bit less dramatic, but still a gorgeous sight. So we're just going to do a few minute viewing on either side of the boat. Kind of slow down here in a couple minutes. We'll start viewing off the starboard or right hand side, then we'll spin around and view off the port or left hand side.
Yep, so this is not one that, it's not as impressive as the other one that we're going to go to, so that's why, I guess that's why we're coming here first and not second. I kind of feel bad for the afternoon group, which I guess we're going to be on next time, that might come here second, because this one's not nearly as impressive as the second one we're going to go to. So I come here first, sorry.
Just going to ramble off the facts. I am going to say
So we are getting extremely close, but there is no ice flow here.
This is North Sawyer
Zero
Glacier.
ice flow.
It used to be combined with South Sawyer
It's
Glacier,
crazy.
but it is now retreated into two phases. This one is a pretty awesome,
Pretty
special
cool.
one to be able to see, as because of kind of how narrow it is in here and the pretty much the geography of the land, larger vessels can't get in here, so the cruise ships can't get in here to see it. So it's kind of a exclusive special on our tours to be able to see this one. North Sawyer is approximately about 15 miles long, stemming to the Stikine ice field. It is about a quarter-mile wide at its base and ranging between 150 and 200 feet tall at the base. It is a hanging glacier, which means it used to be a tidewater, but it's retreated back now where it is no longer hitting the water line anymore, and it's just kind of hanging out in the mountains.
God, I want to talk about two things. Number one, we just went to the North Sawyer Glacier, which I have been on this tour probably about 50 times. Not because I paid for it 50 times, because I used to work on cruise ships and teach a photography class on this tour. And that's my second time going to the North Glacier. It scares me for the south one, though. It tells me we're not going to be able to get very close. Because if they went to North,
Is North more easily accessible or less accessible?
depends on the ice field.
Okay.
You notice there was no ice today.
Yeah.
Also, this boat is empty. I hate to judge Carnival, but maybe, with so many gamblers on board, you shouldn't run a tour at 7 o'clock in the morning. Just saying.
Maybe at
And,
10:30
and,
or
and,
1:30
and,
or
and I
something?
think Continental Airlines is out of business, so you should stop serving their goddamn breakfast. That's all I'm saying. I'd like a Delta breakfast, maybe an American breakfast.
JetBlue breakfast?
No, hell no. Hell no. I am not paying for my plate and for my fork and for my knife. We're not doing this JetBlue breakfast bullshit.
How about a Brightline breakfast?
Brightline breakfast is fine.
I like Brightline.
Have you been on Brightline?
Yeah.
With me, right? Or wait,
No.
are you going on your own?
Yeah. With Brady.
Oh, okay.
Going to what?
To Margaritaville at sea.
Shitterigaville.
Aren't you going on the new Shitteritaville?
Yes, I am.
Oh, god damn. The good news is the next Rita you're going to see is Glacierita.
Yes.
We don't have an ice field to get the glaciers out of yet, but you see to the right here, since we're coming out of North Sawyer, this is where the right is where the cruise ships should come
We're going to
from.
start making our way up towards South Sawyer Glacier.
yeah.
We'll try and get you guys a closer look at that one. As we do so, we are going to be bobbing and weaving through this ice. We do try and maintain speed as long as we can. Just to try and maximize our amount of time there at the glacier.
But we're going to hit the ice. That's what he's trying to say.
So definitely make sure you're leaving a hand free for the boat as we're moving around. Might start to get a little swervy up here.
Swervy!
Yeah, just want you guys to make sure you're leaving that hand free.
So yeah, this can actually hit the ice, and you'll hear it hit the ice in a moment's time. So we'll come back to you when we get towards the South Sawyer Glacier, which is just starting to come in view. Just starting to come in view. And hopefully we can see some seals and eagles and stuff like that. I do have to say, we're probably about 85, 90 yards out.
Wow.
This is closer than I've gotten in years. And it's all just due to the ice float. You can see, there's the glacier.
It's crazy.
The cruise ship's not going to get anywhere near this.
No. They're probably going to be all the way back there.
Come and get in the picture.
Okay. I'm going to get in the picture. And we'll see in a second. And they're going fishing for icebergs for our drinks. Let's see what they get. Fishing time. Fishing time. Come on. Oh, iceberg, dead ahead. Oh, wait. I'm supposed to say that here. There you go. There you go. He's getting one. He's getting one. You get a big one? No. No. Those noises are the noises you don't want to hear on a cruise ship.
Trying to get ice cream. Did he get it? Not yet. He's trying. It's
He's
down.
trying. You get it? No?
What are they called? Glacierita, so the ice for the birds.
That's something, not much. Did he get one? Oh, he got something.
He needs a longer pole to pick it
There we go. He caught himself a.
Hopefully there's no yellow.
There we go.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go. It's a boy. 9 pounds. Blue. They're getting ice for the Glacierita's. Yay! It's a boy. No, she's gonna bring it inside so we can hold it. She's gonna bring it inside so we can hold it. Yeah, like a big baby.
This is the touching ice.
Oh, that's the touching ice. The other one's the drinking ice.
That's the eating ice. This is the touching ice.
That's awesome.
Isn't it so cool?
Pretty cool, huh?
This is the clearest piece I've seen. I mean, it's only my second time in Tracy.
Wow, it's clear.
So
There's the touching ice.
So clear.
Hey, June.
Yes.
It's eating ice. You know what that means?
Means it's gonna be drinking
That means
ice.
shots, shot, 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 shot. No, we're not doing shots. Shots, 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 shots. Glacierita's. Take some pictures upstairs with the 360 camera. And I'll be back for Glacierita's. So yeah, there they are, right there. Whole family of them. Whole family of them right there. They're kind of fuzzy.
I can tell you can't see them.
I can see them. I got them nice and tight here. Jen, you can see here. Go look through the camera. I did.
We have plus away there. We got some seals on the ice. Just enjoying it. It's pup season, so
There's some pups on there.
gotta keep it pretty quiet. To show you where we are, there's the glacier.
It's a lot closer than we got last year.
Right. It's also not as sunny, so you don't see the glacier like falling apart.
Right, so this is Mama June. She said she's never coming back to Alaska because it's too cold. I'm going to tell you, you're right next to an iceberg, and I'm not cold at all
Right.
because the sun's out, but that's kind of rare in Alaska. What are your thoughts on the Glacier Explorer? And do you see the cruise ship anywhere around here?
No.
You know, they're like, oh, the cruise ship's going to go up and see the glacier. No.
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 No way.
So we're probably about 85 yards away from the glacier.
Yes.
We saw some seals. Some better in my phone than we with the naked eye. Your thoughts so far?
It's been wonderful. Everything is just
Give us a review.
untouched.
Yeah, the only thing that's slightly better than this, sorry guys,
I gotta get
is the
in there
Norwegian
too, so
fjords.
let's try
But
it.
why the Norwegian fjords is better is you do it in a tiny boat. And you'll go up to the fjords and you'll see the ice and all that, but you can drink out of the waterfalls. I think that's annoying about the Norwegian fjords though is you have to wear a full body life jacket to do that. Because
Yeah.
if you get ejected out, it's not like this. There's no, I
Right.
feel like there's no inside area with Glacierita's and hot chocolate. Okay, it's a little bit different, but this is the closest I've been in years. Which is just you come the right time of the day, the right time of the year, the right day of the month. It might not be like this a week from now,
Right.
but you come the right time of the day, year, month for the ice fields, and you get right up close. I think the cruise ship's going to get a lot closer than normal today. You'll probably be able to see it from 1,000 yards away instead of 2,000 yards away.
Yes.
But this is about 100 yards away from the glacier itself.
Yes.
Pretty cool experience. Oh, I say pretty cool experience. Now it's getting cold again. Stupid rabbit. Tricks are for kids. All right. Okay, we're on, Jim. So we got our Glacierita now. Do I think it's salty?
I know. I was like,
That man needs more pineapple in his diet. For those of you who don't get that, that is a semen joke. Sorry, Scots people. It's a little salty, but I'd say pretty good. And it's chilled with the ice of a dying planet. I don't know about that statement. It's chilled with the ice of a dying planet. Yeah. Chilled with the ice of a dying planet. Warming planet, right, Will?
It's spicy. Why is it spicy though?
Ice is a very nice ice.
Is it ice so nice it would change your life?
Oh yeah, okay.
So ice
God bless
is
you.
nice. It would change your life. And you notice what's on my shirt? I have Glaciertinis on my shirt. Glacierita's on my shirt.
Oh, look at you. You matchy matchy.
Matchy.
Matchy matchy.
Oh, great. There's another boat. I think that one either came in from Juneau. No, that's the same company. There's another cruise ship out there. It's not ours.
Salty.
Right, but I'm thinking it came from another.
A little floaty. A little floaty. Oh look. Hey, there's another boat. Wave high! It's the St. Philip. Hello, St. Philip. Hello.
Ice fishing.
You know what's happening next week, right?
What?
This boat's gonna come around next week. It's Tig Old Bitty's trick. It's gonna flash.
Yes.
No.
Oh, she is. Really? You making that up?
Oh well, we were supposed to go to Seattle too.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to Seattle or.
Caught Journeys with June and Brady over here, just taking in the glacier.
So now we are sailing away from the South Sawyer Glacier, and you just appreciate the massive scale of all of this. It's insane, the massive scale. I wish you could see. There's some seals out there. I put in some clips of the seals. Pretty much if you see black dots on top of the rock, it's either seal poop or seals. But the massive scale of this, the cruise ship's not getting anywhere near this. I'm actually tracking how close we're gonna get to where the cruise ship is. I've got my 360 camera up there, but as we are heading away from the massive glacier right there, you get an idea of scale. We did see some calving. I think I got it on video. It's actually really, really hard to get calving on video because you'll hear it. You'll hear this thunder. June, who you saw a second ago, thought it was an airplane. And she's like, what is that noise? And I'm like, there's no airplanes allowed here. So you'll just hear that. You'll hear a massive clap of thunder, and then you have to figure out where it's coming from. Like, where is that coming from? But you can just see everything with the ice has receded, well, has melted, turned into water, and the glacier recedes. And it's quite a cool sight to see. We are going to, let's see what time it is right now. We're going to chase our ship. We got about a half an hour, 40 minutes until we get back to the ship. But I just want to give you, and again, I've got a 360 running on a pole right here. That's going to give you a perspective. Hopefully, I'll be able to start that video somewhere here to show you from the glacier going back to the cruise ship exactly the time frame it takes. Hey there, so I'm here in the Tracy Arm Fjord at fjord level with a Glacierita. You might say, what is a Glacierita? Well, it's a margarita, colored blue, you know, sometimes you get blue margaritas, and it's got in it actual pieces of glacier ice. They fished out these pieces of glacier ice earlier in the day. But here's the real question. Is a Glacierita any good? Well, the best place to have a Glacierita is when there's literally icebergs right behind you. Glacierita. the best. At the wall. The ice is falling. It's hitting the water. That's a calf. Seen one of those in a while. Alright, so we're coming up on 9:41 a.m. We left at 7 a.m. and you can see it's a miracle. The Carnival Miracle is right there. It is a long way away from the fjord. You can't even see it. I think that's where it's going to stop. I don't think it's going to go any closer. That's just where it is. Like I said in the last clip, I just don't know if the audio came out. We are about 20 minutes sailing away from the glacier here, and we're finally seeing the Carnival Miracle off in the distance. It does not look like the Miracle is going to enter the glacier area or the fjord at all. It looks like it's just at a standstill right now. We have another ship, which might be from our boat. I'm still not sure it is, trailing us right there. But you can see from where the cruise ship is, you can't even see the glacier. They don't promise the glacier. They just say Tracy Arm Fjord. There's no promise of a glacier. So just be aware of that in the general scheme of things. The glacier is back there, around the corner. Can't even think about seeing it on the Miracle. And like I said, other than one little fall it had, this thing has been recording the whole time. So I can show you the distance the cruise ship is from the actual glacier itself. And I guess, you know, if we play it in reverse, it might give you a bit of perspective as well. Ooh, I should just dip down in the front because we went from really fast to really slow. But there's our cruise ship. We'll wrap it up inside, and we'll wrap up our, probably by the time we're done, 3.5-ish, 4 hour-ish, 7 to 3 hours, 3 hours 20 minutes or so by the time we get off the boat. Trip out to the Tracy Arm Fjord, and yes, I can see my breath, and also kind of need another Glacierita or two. So Bill was pointing out, just as everyone's leaving the boat, that is the view of the glacier that you can get from the closest the ship gets
On a good day.
to the glacier, and that's on a good day. Yeah, the ice is actually kind of worse out here than it was at North Sawyer, but the ships can't navigate North Sawyer. But we're gonna take it in the ship and we'll wrap it up. But there's a problem. Bill, what's the problem? I still have beer. It's kind of warm beer.
The problem is that I got to sell my tour, Rich.
You gotta sell your tour.
How
Oh,
much is this tour, Rich?
$249.
$249.
Are you out of your mind?
All the time.
Yes.
Plus, how
I
much
feel,
do they
you know what I
cost
feel
for the
like?
Glacierita's, what, 11, 12 bucks?
Yeah, but they're not getting a cut of that. I know that.
Glacierita.
Right. But the cruise line's not getting a cut of that, that's what I'm trying to say.
No, but I'll drink the rest of yours.
Oh no, you're not drinking the rest of my Glacierita. What are you going for handouts for an alcoholic? Hey look, you know how we're not alcoholics, Scott?
Why?
Because this tour had a meeting point.
Did have a meeting point.
Technically this is a meeting, isn't it?
No, technically it is. Technicality.
Based on that logic. Do we just go to an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting and drink Glacieritas and Wildness Alaskan cold beer? I'm not sure, Rich.
I'm not sure.
We're gonna go back to the cabin and we'll wrap this up. Let's get your final feelings on this, Scott, for the world, because this is probably my 52nd time doing it. And I'll tell you honestly, not for animals, because we didn't see eagles this time, but we saw bears, we saw seals. We got closer to the glacier than I've gotten in years. Years.
Quarter of a mile, they said, right?
No, we were a lot closer.
Oh.
We were probably 85 yards. I mean, I don't know what that converts to. Maybe 85 yards is a quarter of a mile.
You bad at math. Me too.
I would ask Siri how many yards, but I don't think I'm connected back to the internet yet. Still, I know. Can you figure out how many miles is 85 yards, Bill?
Yeah.
85 yards. How many miles? Got some glacier ice left there. And like I said, I should have some video that I inserted before this. I showed you just how far the ride was from the glacier to the ship, but that was taken on a 360 camera that's new to me, so I don't want to promise it. Looked good though.
Bye.
She said bye.
Bye.
It's like about quarter of a mile.
Oh, wow. 85 yards, quarter of a mile. Who would have thought it was the same damn thing?
That's not.
What? I'm packing up all my gadgets. They are doing this tour kind of different, I think, after us, but we're going to do that tour, so stay tuned and we'll tell you whether the morning or the afternoon tour.
That's wrong.
What? 0.04.
0.05 miles.
Oh, okay.
Wait, you're doing this again at 10:30?
No, it's the next cruise at 10:30.
Next cruise, yeah.
But we'll wrap it up inside. All right, so we are back in the main atrium of our ship, and I will tell you, I'll reveal, because we were just showing the Tracy Arm Glacier Explorer. We're on a carnival ship, so we smuggled on some ice, didn't we? Scott's got glacier ice. Show the cup your glacier ice. There's not much left, but if you're on a carnival ship, there's only one drink that's uniquely carnival, isn't there?
Yes.
And what is that drink?
The fun ship.
The fun ship. I'm gonna keep the other ice out of it. Oh, I am making an absolute disaster of a mess. We'll just go with that. We'll take it as a shooter. I didn't think the glass was gonna float away.
The glass was going to float away.
Okay. So June, what do you think of the tour?
I thought it was excellent. If you ever get the opportunity to do it, go.
And hold on, June, we need to talk about something that some people might be afraid of. It wasn't that cold, was it?
No, it was
Oh,
not
we
bad
had
at
a
all.
beautiful day. Oh,
I know. We're not promising that, but I mean, sometimes it's colder than others. It's nice and warm. Scott, your thoughts on it?
I think I'm going to echo, and I don't do excursions, but I think I'm going to echo what they said on the ship. It's probably the best excursion offered
In North America.
in Southeast Alaska.
It's just in North America.
In
Just
North
go with North
America.
America.
North America, okay.
I don't think there's a better excursion in North America. June, you can have a sip out of this one.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh, you don't drink Fun Ship. All right.
All right.
Oh, now Bill's talking over us. We got the Fun Ship.
With some glacier ice.
With some glacier ice in it. Oh, look. Bill's now making a Glacierita.
Correct answer.
I mean,
Glacierita.
you're not wrong. At the same time, you're also not right. Because you're a straight white man, and a straight white man can't be right in today's world. What? So this is Richard, Scott, Bill, and June from No Pants Profits, and Scott's from Controversial Cruising here, reminding you gotta say it loud because my mic's here, that when you wear no pants, June, what is the only thing you have left to lose?
Your shirt.
Say bye to the people.
Bye, people.
people.